guys, this is Chief Meteorologist Ben Pine in the WHS 11 News First Alert Storm Team Weather Center. I want to talk to you about what's going to make Halloween even extra spooky for this Halloween 2020, and that is not only a full moon, but a full blue moon. Now, that doesn't mean the moon is going to be the color blue. It just means that it's going to be the second full moon in 1 month, which doesn't happen very often. It also means typically, we have 12 moons, usually one per month each year. This year, 13 moons. And so that's where we get that phrase, once in a blue moon, something that happens fairly rarely. And so Halloween, extra special for this time of year, and we've got that full moon rising at 7:04 p.m. So maybe there'll be some trick-or-treaters out there. I know with COVID-19. And the blue moon doesn't happen very often. It typically happens about every 2.7 years, and we haven't had a Halloween with a blue moon. Again, 2 moons in 1 month, 2 full moons in 1 month since 1944. And what else is happening in the sky this weekend? It's going to be nice and dry for us, and we are going to have our sunset at 6:44 p.m. just before the moon rises on Saturday. But the next day, since we're going to fall back an hour with our clocks, our sunset will be much earlier at 5:42 p.m. So we're getting into those very early sunsets starting on November 1st on Sunday. How about...
All right, Shalom. This is Har 1 Banyasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Harukah Kodash Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim, children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. They were speaking about, the meteorologists were speaking about a blue full moon that's happening twice in this month. It's a rare event, and the last time it happened was in 1944, on Halloween, and it's happening on this Halloween. And it's crazy because that's a wicked day, man. It's a wicked vibration. And in 1944 Halloween, that was around World War II. All right. And also that same year, earlier in that year of 1944, they had the Bretton Woods Agreement. All right. So they had the Bretton Woods Agreement to where they established the dollar and the gold dollar. They paid the dollar to gold. All right. And they established that as the world currency, pegged to pegging the dollar to gold. All right, all the way up until 1971, where they removed the gold standard, but they still kept the dollar as the world currency. So now they've been speaking about a new Bretton Woods Agreement, or a moment, to where they want to relive that moment, to where they reestablish a new banking system based upon cryptocurrency or XRPs or Bitcoin, the new world order, where they do away with fiat currency, the dollars, paper dollars. All right. And that, so going back to 1944, that's a major year. All right. That was when World War II was kicking off. It was called the Battle of Normandy. It says during World War II, 1939, all the way to 1945, the Battle of Normandy, which lasted from June 1944 to August 1944, all right, resulted in the Allied liberation of Western Europe from Nazi Germany's control. By late 1944, all the northern France had been liberated. So that was the year of war, man. And they saying, hey, 2020, you see Apostle Tahar coined 2020 as the year of prophecy. And a lot of the prophecies in the scripture have been moving quick this year. All right. And the last prophecy before war breaks out is the RFID chip getting pushed on a mass scale, the mark of the beast. And they're moving fast towards that with this pandemic. All right. With the crash of the economy and the dollar, and the rise of XRP and Bitcoin and gold as major players, and silver. around the world. So hey man, look at this. All right, and these heathens, they're gonna be using those days as heavy witchcraft days, man. They're gonna be praying on the left hand side and putting up curses and all this crazy bullshit. They're astrologers and they worshiper of the damn heavens, of the stars and the moon and the sun. These masons and pagans. All right, and so they're gonna be busy on those days, especially with Halloween. They're heavy into that witchcraft, man. All right, but the Lord, what he said, he set up the sun, moon, and the stars. Besides weather and harvest, and for the use of man upon earth, he also set it up for signs, all right, of the times and for seasons and for feast days. So this is Luke 21, but he set it up for Israel. Luke 21 and 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon. All right, we're in the midst of a grand solar minimum. All right, where it's shooting out solar flares. All right, that's why it feels so damn hot, but then it's cool at the same time. These hurricanes kicking up out of nowhere. And in the moon, so there's signs in the moon, such as full moons, new moons, eclipses, solar eclipses, lunar eclipses, blood moons, and now you have the blue moon that's appearing twice in the same month, accurately, right, going accordingly with 1944 during World War II. And the scriptures clearly say, all right, Revelations 11 and 14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So that third world war is coming quickly, man. We can see it. All right. So Luke 21 and 25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations. And that's happening right now. With perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. All right. Men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken, meaning they're going to be moved out of place. All right. So, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, as we're seeing signs in the sun, the moon, perplexity and distress upon earth among the nations. All right. The sea and the waves roaring, tsunami warnings all over the damn earth from earthquakes and hurricanes and shit. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. All right. So we're seeing these signs happen. Omen, World War II, with this blue full moon, meaning the moon that happens twice in the same month, especially on Halloween. These pagan, the Day of the Dead that they worship, man, that they follow, paganism. This is 2 Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, man. So we got to measure the times and watch. Measure them according to the scriptures and watching the prophecies as they happen. The Lord said he's going to turn back our captivity before our eyes. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, all right, and he told us through Yahushua, then shalt thou understand, in the prophets, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the Most High will begin he's going to begin to visit the world which he made. So the Lord has taken up and announced war against the wicked through the prophets today, starting from Abba Bivens and Apostle Har on down to the rest of the Akim. All right, that's the announced declaration of war from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and the heavenly armies against Esau and the wicked and these heathens. I mean, Esau the wicked and these heathens and the 2/3 of our people that have become enemies to the Lord. Therefore, when they're, so he's visiting the world, man. Okay. Now, let me get this real quick. It's 2 Ezra 4:37. By measure have he measured the times. So he had everything in perfect measurements. He had the sun and the moon and the stars and the signs that's happening. Everything accurately, right on cue. World War II going into World War III now. By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times. So he has a set moment for this place to fall. All right. And he doeth not move nor stir them until the said measures be fulfilled, man. And he gave us the measurements to measure off of, which would be like the sun, moon, and stars. Look for the signs. Look for the signs upon earth. That's all written in the scriptures. How Esau say in the cowboy movies, your days are numbered. Esau's days are numbered. Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass, man. So Esau been running around the world seeking whom they may devour, and the Lord gonna stop them in their tracks. All right. All their plans, the New World Order, agenda, and imaginations and devices, and the Lord gonna stop them. All right. Sirach 43:6. See, these meteorologists, they claim they can read the signs and read the seasons, but they don't understand the prophecies of the Lord. All right. They don't understand that these are signs that are sent out amongst the heathens and to our people. All right. The scriptures say that in the letter of Jeremiah, that these false gods and these idols and these statues, they can't do anything for anyone. They're imaginary. All right. They're just objects. And the Lord was saying that they can do nothing for you, and they also cannot make the sun shine, and they cannot make the moon give their light for signs among the heathens. All right. So they can't do anything. But the Lord can make signs in the sun and the moon and the stars. All right, now you see where they get the whole bat signal idea from. Sirach 43:6. He made the moon also to serve in her season, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. All right, so the moon is set up also for feast days. All right. But right here, I'm going to read that again. He made the moon to serve in her season for a declaration of times. So it's letting you know what season we're entering into, man. All right. You heard Joe Biden talking about a dark winter. So, this is it, man. You got the elections coming up. They're talking about race wars and asteroids, going into the second wave of the pandemic. All right, the killer bees out here and shit. Not the Wu-Tang killer bees, but the damn murder hornets. We saw one out here in Jacksonville, Florida, the other day. My wife saw one. Now, it says this, and a sign of the world. All right, so I let you know what times we're in. All right, I'm gonna end it with this, man. Just one straight to the point scripture. Luke 21:22. For these be the days of vengeance. So we're entering the days of vengeance from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right. The judgment seat is being set up to judge the earth. It says, for these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled, man. All right. And these are signs, man. It says what? And there should, 25, as I read earlier, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. All right, so that's letting us know what time we're in, man. Okay, the Lord told us what? Look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.